I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard, a fucking SWAT team, cause I ain't going nowhere. Fuck them.
Let's talk about Trump and the election. Because has anybody else realized how confident Trump is? Does anybody else think that's a little bit weird? For example, Mike Pompeo. There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. It's interesting, isn't it? That's a little bit weird. At first I thought he had a slip. First I thought it was, it's just a slip. He's just mixed up the names. But we'll go through it. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Tuesday said he expects there to be a second Trump administration when the outcome of the election is final. A reporter asked Pompeo if the State Department was preparing to engage with the Biden transition team, whether or not it would be delayed or hampered a smooth transition and pose a national security risk. Pompeo responded, "There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. The world is watching where they're taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there will be an electoral selector. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clear." He said the world should have every confidence that the transition necessary to make sure that the State Department is functioning today, and successful with the president who's in the office on January 20th, a minute afternoon, will also be successful. Now, he doesn't say Biden and he doesn't say Trump there, but regardless. He added, he's also gone through one of these transitions in the beginning of the administration and was very confident that everything would be done to make the US government will continue to perform the national security function going forward. Asked whether he believed there was widespread voter fraud, he responded, "I'm the Secretary of State. I'm getting calls from all across the world. These people are watching our election. They understand we have a legal process. They understand this could take time, right? It took 37 plus days in an election back in 2000 when we conducted a successful transition then," he said. Now that was obviously referring to Gore and Bush. "I'm very confident we must count every legal vote. We must make sure that the vote wasn't lawful or to be not counted. That dilutes your vote if it's done improperly. We've got to get things right. When we get it right, we'll get it right. We're in good shape," he said. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that seems like he's really confident. It seems like he's really confident about it. And this is obviously not the only person that's doing it. Obviously, Trump is obviously going through with all these legal stuff at the moment, and everybody's sort of like going, the legals have a 1 in a million shot. But regardless, right? But
is the State Department currently preparing?
It just seems like Pompeo is really confident. And watch his body language.
To engage with the Biden transition team? And if not, at what point does a delay hamper a smooth transition or pose a risk to national security?
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right? We're ready. The world...
See that smirk? Let me rewind it for you. That made me take notice. Maybe he's bluffing. Maybe they're full of shit. Maybe they know something that we don't. Look at how confident he is. He is directly engaging the person. He's not looking down at his notes or looking away or anything like that. He's directly looking at the person and saying, we are confident in a Trump administration for a second term, and then laughs. Like they know something. Like they know something nobody else knows. I don't know about you guys, but that made me take note. Let's keep watching it.
All right, we're ready. The world is watching what's taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly. The world should have every confidence that the transition necessary to make sure that the State Department is functional today, successful today, and successful with the president who's in office on January 20th, a minute afternoon, will also be successful.
Him doing the tapping there, that's something that I actually do when I'm outlining facts, right? That body language of him like tapping, that is him, his body singing with his movements. He is 100% confident that the administration back that will be in charge the minute after midnight or midday will be fully up and running smooth. Maybe because they've already been up and running for the past 4 years. Just saying.
I went through a transition on the front, and I've been on the other side of this. I'm very confident that we will do all the things that are necessary to make sure that the government, the United States government, will continue to perform its national security function as we go forward.
So you believe there's widespread voter fraud, that the reports that we're getting from Pennsylvania, from Michigan, showing vote totals in massive leads or significant leads with 99% reporting are going to be overturned, and that the United States failed to conduct a fraudulent free election?
Rich, I'm the Secretary of State. I'm getting calls from all across the world. These people are watching our election. They understand that we have a legal process. They understand that this takes time, right? It took us 37 plus days in an election back in 2000. Conducted a successful transition then. I'm very confident that we will count, and we must count every legal vote. We must make sure that any vote that wasn't lawful ought not be counted. That dilutes your vote if it's done improperly. Got to get that right. When we get it right, we'll get it right. We're in good shape.
I don't know about you guys, but he looks like he knows something. And we might know what it is. Okay, we're going to get into conspiracy theory here. Hopefully I'll get to keep my YouTube channel. Been doing so good so far. Right, let's check it out. Watch the watermark. Valid absentee votes have a tracer. Now we're going to show both sides of this argument, so strap in. Q says, watch the water. Maybe that should read, watch the watermark. The National Guard is counting votes in 12 states, and they will be looking for the official ballot watermark. Ouch. The watermarks are, they are all something or other. Caught. The voter fraud is clearly an orchestrated sting operation to expose the deep state. Check out the numbers in this tweet. 1 million voters for Biden were magically found in Pennsylvania within 2 hours after polls closed. And when I'm saying cartoonish bland election fraud after the midnight, blah, 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 blah. Check the percentage of voters in this graph. And we're going to talk about that. Democrat voters are low informed, but they aren't stupid. As a tweeter says, we believe that 71 million Americans voted for Biden based on these policies. Now, when you look at this, Nevada, registered voters projected turnout 125%. Pennsylvania 109%. Minnesota 107%. North Carolina 106%. Wisconsin, 105%. Michigan, 105%. Arizona, 101%. Georgia, 96%. Now, at the end of the day, this could be people moving or whatever, right? So this could maybe be explained. Right? Here's another one. Watermark. Trump, DHS encrypted every ballot, arrest imminent. So, Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, blah, 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 blah. Right, so look, at the end of the day, when I first heard about this, I thought, yeah, it's an interesting theory. Well, we'll see what happens. Now, obviously, Political Fact has heard about this, so they're claiming it's pants on fire. Did President Trump issue a secret watermark on ballots? No, that's another conspiracy theory. There's a bogus conspiracy theory. The federal government has no role in printing ballots on the ground mechanics of elections. That responsibility lies with state and local governments. Who owns the state and local governments of these swing states? Some states may require a watermark on ballots, but there's no evidence of a secret Trump-issued watermark on the official ballots. Now, here's the thing. Trump doesn't need to do this on every single ballot. He just needs to do it on the battleground states. And I'm like, maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's a possibility, maybe it's not. And then someone sent me this. This, if this is true, if this is big, let's check it out.
What happened?
This is the first time I've actually seen someone run it under a microscopy. And I would love anybody that still has a ballot to check this out and legitimize it. But let's keep going. Now, I know people are going to say, oh my God, it's InfoWars. Hey, don't get me wrong. InfoWars get stuff wrong. Sometimes they get stuff right. They really were turning the frogs gay, per se. Let's keep going.
What happened was we watermarked every ballot with what's called the QFS blockchain encryption code. In other words, we know pretty well where every ballot is, where it went, and who has it. So this is not a stolen election. On the contrary.
So this man is a liar, says Gorka. So we're showing you both sides of the argument here because we are nonpartisan. The US Constitution is clear. Every state runs its own elections, including the primary ballots. There is no secret sting watermark. Pergency wants attention or to sell you his book and is hurting the real Trump. He's a con man. Now, so someone actually went through and checked it out. From the government website, we found that there is indeed a watermark. So someone went through and posted the link. Now this is the security and infrastructure official website use. Is you use that. And if you look it up here, ballot watermarks. Some ballots have watermarks, indicating that ballot is authentic. Watermarks are specific to each election and confirm the ballot was printed by an approved printing authority. Ballot paper specifications. Most ballots are printed on a specific type of paper. If the paper does not match the specifications in length, paper weight, or opacity, the voting machine will reject the ballot. So, I don't know, guys. Look, at first I heard this theory about the watermark, I thought it's possible. It's definitely possible that they have something up their sleeve. But then when Pompeo comes out and says there's a smooth transition to a second Trump administration, to me, I don't know about you guys, but he seems really confident about it. And I can tell you now, one thing I've learned from Trump after the past 4 years, never rule him out. Do not underestimate the Trumpinator. Because, to be honest, that's what they did in 2016. And they lost big. Bigly. They lost bigly. But guys, let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the meme that was at the start of this video. If you like me doing that sort of stuff, let me know in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, do you have any questions, any comments on this? Do you believe in this stuff? Or do you think it's a conspiracy theory? At the end of the day, do you think it's just wishful thinking on the part of the Q people? Or at the end of the day, do you think it's actually possible that he's done something like this? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, sorry for the late update. And apart from that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. And Godspeed, Trump. Because we really do need you in the White House, buddy. Biden is looking really scary right now. Have a great night and enjoy.